So here's the print for this module here. It's labeled, they're kind of faint, hard to see, but 25, 25, 20. So that's the microfarad range of each switch. This one actually isn't hooked up, doesn't do anything right now. I put an extra 1UF1 down there. These are bypasses. This one doesn't work. This one's, well, it works, but I don't have any leads tied to it. Same with this. The only one that I actually have leads tied to is this. So this is the bypass. So this would be one of your line power in and your power out. So basically, to have a transformer or variac, or you could just do line power coming in. So two leads would go to your motor, and then one of those leads would come to your capacitor bank, which would be this. So one line coming in here, and then it'd go through all your switches, and then one going back out to your motor, which would be this one. So to test it, you just hook it up to the capacitance range. Right now, none of them are hooked up. So each one of these switches is these up here. So 25, 10, whatever it's designated. So the optional bypass, you would open that in order to run it through a light bulb or whatever you want, TX or whatever you want for a load on it that you're going to resonate. And that would be here. So the B option bypass. So to test it, you would just, here we'll flip one on, it's 25. It's nominal, so close. 24. Another one. It'll go up accordingly. Now if you want to do the bypass, it'll open it because we have nothing hooked up to it. So that would be this. So when you open it, it would actually route it through that. Pretty simple. This one is, it's the same thing. It's still simple. It just looks more complicated. But here's the print for it. Obviously, for this whole section would repeat for B and for the R. So it's labeled like W1 would just be the white leads, number 1. Blue leads 2, red leads 3. Simple enough. So each would get hooked up to each winding if you're using this as the generator one. So you'd have a number of switches for capacitor, 25, 20, 10, etc., etc. And then there's a bypass there. That would be these bypasses. So the white lead, blue leads, red leads, each one would have its own switch because these duplicate. So bypass 1A, bypass 1B. That would be these bypasses here. 1A for W, B, R for red. Same for this. So you could have two separate, you could have an inductor there and a load or whatever you want to tune it with. Or for the load. So 1B, 1A. So the white leads, you could put your load across, so one or the other, and open it or close it accordingly. If you wanted a lead just on a load just on this winding or all three or however you wanted to do it. I just made it capable of doing pretty much everything. The layout of it, I could have probably done a little better, but the bypasses are here, here, and here. And then the W switches for capacitance, so that'd be like 25 microfarads. I had these memorized, I just labeled them real quick. So 25 microfarads, 10. This one I think burnt out. It was probably a 20. So the switch probably got to be replaced on this one. So this group here would be the blue lead ones, 25, 20, etc., etc. And then the white leads were this strip here and this strip here correspond to the white leads for capacitance. The red leads, this group here, and back to this would be the bypasses. So the 1B bypasses for the white, blue, and red, white, blue, and red for the 1A ones. So they're labeled on here, 1B one bypasses, 1A bypasses, and this is just the leads going in. So each one would go across to each set of windings. So the white leads would go across one set, blue across one set, red across the other set, and to test it is just like the other one. Let's pick the white. So you can see we're at 1 UF because just this one's on. So let's turn on 5 and I think this one was okay. This switch was turn that switch, but it's on. So 31. Now if we want to open a bypass, we'd look, okay, there's the W, we're on the white leads. So that should go away because we don't have anything hooked up to that. And it does. So if you want to see it in operation, I have other videos, but this gives the layout of how it actually works. And again, there's the diagram for this one and the diagram for this one.